This week on Engineering Newswire, we're restoring a DDay plane, counting down to the completion of the Webb Telescope, and spying on an electric concept car.
Faraday Future has been keeping its first production electric car under wraps, but a new video from the struggling EV startup hints at the car people might actually be able to buy next year. This test vehicle would be the first commercially available car from the company, following on the FF01 concept car. Faraday Future is angling to produce cars more efficiently than Tesla's, but it's facing some financial problems that could leave the new car dead on arrival. Information about the commercial car is still as scarce as its engine noise. If the company sticks the landing, they'll be revealing their car at CES 2017 in Las Vegas in January. On October 3rd, Faraday Future and LG Chem announced a partnership designed to develop EV batteries with unprecedented energy density. The custom-tailored cell chemistry will be used in Faraday Future's VPA platform, the battery structure on which all Faraday Future's cars will run. The companies say this will be the world's highest energy density for a production automotive battery, although details about how exactly they're going to do this are very slim. Unfortunately, a snazzy video and the promise of a silent engine may not be enough to muffle the news of Faraday's future construction problems. Jalopnik reported in October that 6 executive-level staffers have left over a period of 3 months into 2016. According to Green Car reports, Faraday Future is behind by at least $21 million in payments to a lead contractor, AECom, for its $1 billion factory in North Las Vegas. We'll have to see if the Faraday Future's bets pay off.
When it's complete, the $8.7 billion James Webb Telescope will be the largest space telescope ever built. Appropriately, it's also housed in one of the largest clean rooms in the world. On November 2nd, the construction of the telescope element was completed at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, getting the telescope ready for a planned launch in October 2018. The telescope element is one of 3 major parts of the Webb Telescope, along with the solar shield and spacecraft bus. It's made up of 18 separate mirrored panels of beryllium ore coated in gold, and also holds the sensors the telescope will use to scan the universe. The backplane on which the mirrors sit, made up of material that can keep its shape nearly perfectly even in the freezing temperature of space, was built first. Transporting it required the development of new kinds of transportation structures too, in order to keep it safe. The telescope is still well within its rigorous testing period. It includes 10 technologies that had to be created whole cloth and brought to full functionality for the mission. Eventually, though, the goal is for the telescope to let us look further into the universe than we ever have before. Next, it'll go through launch phase environment testing and rigorous cryogenic testing, traveling from the cryogenic test facility at the NASA Johnson Space Center to Northrop Grumman, which will assemble the complete observatory.
A transport plane that led the D-Day invasion of Normandy is being restored to its former glory in an effort to preserve the history of World War II. The airplane, given the name "That's All Brother" as a message to Adolf Hitler, was recovered from an airplane graveyard in Wisconsin in 2015. That's where Alex is. Recently profiled by Jalopnik again? The project is still in the works, with the plane partially restored. That's All Brother led over 800 aircrafts in the invasion that brought 13,000 troops into battle. A nonprofit named the Commemorative Air Force purchased the plane and has since used its success on other projects related to Air Force history. The Kickstarter to restore That's All Brother raised over $300,000 last year. The plane's latest appearance was at the AirVenture Oshkosh Air Show in August, where people could tour the partially restored aircraft.
Do you have story ideas? Comment below and we'll cover them in an upcoming episode. For the PD&D channel, we're John DePere and Tim Morgan, and this has been your Engineering Newswire.
That's all, brother.